Have you ever wondered what the soul of Spain would taste like if you could bottle it? Well, today, we're diving into the one grape that might just be the answer. It's an icon, a world traveler, and really, it's the heart and soul of Spain's most famous wines. So let's get into it.
When you think of those truly legendary red wines from Spain, the ones that create those lasting memories, what's the one grape that comes to mind? Well, the answer isn't just a grape, it's a living piece of history, one that goes back thousands of years.
And I'm not kidding when I say thousands. We are talking 3,000 years. I mean, think about that. Long before the Romans were even a thing, the Phoenicians were already cultivating this grape right there on the Iberian Peninsula. It's been adapting and growing in that soil for millennia.
The grape we're talking about is, of course, Tempranillo. And its name isn't just some random word. It's actually the very first clue to understanding what makes this grape so special.
So let's go ahead and unlock its identity. To really get a feel for Tempranillo, we've got to start with its name and, of course, what you can expect when you pour it in your glass.
So, the name Tempranillo actually comes from the Spanish word temprano, which means early. And this isn't just a cute name, it's a practical one. This grape is basically the early bird of the vineyard, ripening weeks before many of its neighbors. That's a trait that has made it a favorite for winemakers for centuries.
And the flavor? Wow, it's got an incredible range. When it's young, you get this beautiful blast of cherry and raspberry. But give it some time, let it age in an oak barrel, and it just transforms. You start to get these amazing savory notes of tobacco, leather, vanilla. This is its true genius. Tempranillo is like a chameleon, perfectly reflecting the soil and the climate where it was grown.
And you never see that chameleon-like quality more clearly than when you compare its two most famous homes in Spain, Rioja and Ribera del Duero. It's really a tale of two terroirs, showing how one grape can tell two completely different stories.
Okay, this slide is absolutely key, so let's break it down. Over on the left, you've got Rioja. Think elegance, finesse, bright red fruits like cherry, and those classic vanilla notes from aging in American oak. But then, on the right, you have Ribera del Duero. Here, they even call it something different, Tinto Fino. The climate is way more extreme, super hot days, cold nights, and that forges a wine with serious power, structure, and these intense dark black fruit flavors.
But let's go back to Rioja for a second, because there's another really critical piece of the puzzle here. How long a wine spends aging isn't just a stylistic choice by the winemaker, it's actually the law. It's a huge deal.
What this means is that when you pick up a bottle of Rioja, the label is basically telling you its life story. A crianza is the youngest, freshest style, with at least a year in oak. Step up to Reserva, and you're getting more complexity from 3 years of aging. And then, at the very top, you have Grand Reserva. We're talking a minimum of 5 years of aging, with 2 of those in oak barrels. That creates a wine with just profound depth and nuance.
But the story of Tempranillo doesn't just stop in Spain. Not at all. This grape is remarkably adaptable. It's basically packed its bags and is now putting down roots all over the world.
Our first stop is actually still in Spain, but in a different region called Toro. They have a local clone here called Tinta de Toro. And look, if you thought Ribera del Duero was powerful, Toro just takes it to a whole other level. These wines are incredibly concentrated and seriously full-bodied.
Next, let's just hop across the border into Portugal. Here, Tempranillo changes its name to Tinta Roras, and it plays a starring role, providing the structure and aromatic backbone for both those world-famous sweet port wines and the powerful dry red wines from the Douro Valley.
And its world tour keeps going. In sunny, new world places like Argentina, California, and Australia, winemakers are often crafting a totally different style. They're making Tempranillo that's all about intense, pure fruit and has softer, more approachable tannins right out of the gate.
So we've seen it as elegant, we've seen it as powerful, and we've seen it as super fruit-forward. But believe it or not, this grape's incredible range has one more pretty unexpected surprise up its sleeve.
Yep, sparkling rosé. You heard that right. In Spain, some of the most delicious, refreshing, and elegant sparkling rosés are made from Tempranillo. It gives the wine these beautiful red berry notes and that crisp acidity you need for a great bubbly. I mean, what a plot twist for this iconic red grape.
Okay, so with all these different styles in mind, the million-dollar question is, what should we eat with it? Let's bring Tempranillo to the dinner table and make it simple.
This is really where Tempranillo just shines. It has this perfect balance of fruit, savory notes, and acidity that makes it a total champion of food pairing.
I mean, just imagine it with roasted lamb, a classic pairing, with some nutty manchego cheese, or, and this might be the ultimate match, with the rich, salty flavor of Jamani Barrico. It's just perfect.
All right, let's wrap up by looking ahead. For a grape that has a 3,000-year history, you might think, what could possibly be next? Well, the future isn't exactly challenge-free.
You know, climate change is the biggest hurdle. Warmer temperatures can make the grapes too sugary, which pushes alcohol levels up and brings acidity down, throwing off that beautiful balance. But growers are adapting. The best ones are moving to higher, cooler vineyards and really embracing sustainable farming. The goal is super clear: preserve the authentic identity of Tempranillo and make sure it's around for another 1,000 years.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought. For a grape that has already been adapting for millennia, its journey is obviously far from over. Its incredible past is proof of its resilience, and its future, well, that's going to be a fascinating story of evolution. Thanks so much for exploring the amazing world of Tempranillo with me.